So to further emphasize the key differentiators of the MEng, I'd like to introduce your faculty director, Professor Lee Fleming. He's a faculty member in the Industrial Engineering and Operations Research Department, and also our faculty director of the Fung Institute for Engineering Leadership. He teaches engineering leadership courses within the Master of Engineering curriculum, and his research investigates how managers can increase their organization's chances of inventing a breakthrough through types of collaboration, the integration of scientific and empirical search strategies, and the recombination of diverse technologies. And prior to coming to Cal, he was a professor at the Harvard Business School. Welcome, Lee.
So, welcome. It's fantastic to see you all here. What Phil talked about is absolutely our goal and the 30,000-foot aim of the program and of Berkeley in general. What I'm going to spend 5 or 10 minutes talking to you about actually is how we're going to do that. You're going to come here, you're going to spend only nine months here. How are we going to transform you into those leaders that can accomplish these things, that can take those fantastic breakthroughs in the lab and bring them to society and make a difference. So, basically, there are 3 components, maybe 4 actually. There's 4 components of the MEng. The first part, I'll put down the lower gear, the base. This is going to be graduate engineering work. You're going to have to hack it in one of the world's best engineering schools in graduate engineering. You guys are good at that. You've done that for the last 4 years of your life. That's going to be within your department. Then we're going to have, at the top, we have, typically it's called boot camp, and it's leadership. And what that is, Phil talked about business goals. Yeah, what do you learn in an MBA? Debatable question. But having spent 13 years in a business school, what I've done is I've taken a lot of the elements of the first-year curriculum of a business school, and you're going to be exposed to them. We can't give you a whole MBA. Is that okay? Okay. We can't give you a whole MBA in a limited amount of time we have, because it's just going to be 6 units, actually. But we are going to give you the essence and the challenge of what goes on in the MBA classroom. And spent 13 years, as I said, at Harvard. I teach, and all of the faculty teach in the Harvard method. That means cold calls. It feels a little harsh at times. It means being on the spot, defending yourself, asserting your ideas, backing them up with data. But it's all tough love. And I'll talk about this more for those of you that do the case discussion this afternoon, a lot of your biggest challenges as a leader will be in a small group situation, in a meeting. You've got your board of directors. You've got your CEO on your case. You are the CEO. And the ability to articulate and to lead a group, a small group, is very challenging, and we'll be simulating that environment and that challenge in the case discussion classroom. That's one of the things you probably wouldn't. There are other programs that are not unlike this program, but at other places. I think we do the best job of giving you the toughest challenge in the case discussion classroom. It's not going to be easy, but it is part of the essence of the MEng program. You can, after you graduate from MEng, and I'll talk about this later possibly, it's an enabling degree. You can go on to a PhD, or you could do an MBA. If you go the MBA route, you will be entirely prepared to hack it in an elite MBA classroom. You can go to Harvard or Columbia or Chicago, MIT, Stanford, Berkeley, any of these places, and you're going to feel right at home. And so that's the leadership top gear. The other thing I think which really differentiates the program is we have these capstones. That's a full year project. Sometimes you'll do more in the fall and more in the spring, depending on particular capstone you choose. But it brings it together, and it's a real challenge that you have to do the business and the societal analysis around it, but you also have to understand the technology in it. And I always like to say it's something that a team of MBAs could not do. They don't have the technical background. But it's going to push you to actually understand some of the economic and social issues around your technology as well. And then the fourth component, which is not up here, which is hugely important, is what Alex runs. Where's Alex? It's the communications, and again, that's a super important and a unique essence of our program. How do I push the? Is that it? Good. Okay. So it's not all work and grind. There's a lot of fun here too. So a lot of what you're going to do here is working in teams. Whenever we can, we're actually going to push you to work in teams. Some of the communications curriculum has been moved into to an individual challenge, and we're going to have individual feedback for you in the fall. But a lot of it, the fundamental philosophy and the essence of the MEng is to work in teams, and also to go to parties as well. So the Capstone Projects I mentioned, there's a huge variety. We'll have over 100 Capstone Projects like next year. And you'll be able to choose, and you'll have to interview and be selected by the faculty advisor in each project. So it's like the real world, but it's very much it's intended to simulate what you're going to be up against when you go out into the workforce next year. Your graduate engineering, that 12 units of graduate engineering within your department, technical depth, and it's not easy. Cal, as I said, world-class engineering school. A lot of you have come from similarly elite undergraduate engineering preparations. It's not easy, and you're not going to get a lot of sleep next year. I'm just going to warn you. Maybe I shouldn't have told them that, actually, since we're trying to get them to come here. So, Julie McShane leads a fantastic team. And just in general, as an aside, the Fung Institute, I'm so proud to be on that team. It's a fantastic bunch of people. The best people I've seen here at Cal, the best team I've seen here at Cal. And I've been at Hewlett-Packard, Stanford, and Harvard, and they rank amongst the best, if not the best team that I've seen in all of those experiences. So they really are. We're very, very lucky to have them all. Anyway, so Julie will help you. Julie and her team will help you spiff up that resume, get the skills to actually be able to eat and talk and interview at the same time. Very crucial things. So finally, you'll be able to work together. If you look for a capstone, which there are capstones which enable you to work across different engineering disciplines. So a little more detail on that exposure to a first-year MBA. If you were to go to business school, you would see these courses reflected in the first-year curriculum. For us, we give you 1 unit of each. So it's really just an exposure. The case study classroom, there are business concepts there. They're very important, and you'll be tested on those. You'll have to know those. But the actual process of discussing a case and the process of coming up with a better idea collectively, the process of debating the pros and cons of a particular course of action, that's actually, in many ways, more important. However, we do structure the courses in a conventional way. So in the fall boot camp, you guys will get here August 8th, 7th, so fairly early. And it's very intense and a lot of fun. And so you'll have an OB, an organizational behavior and negotiations course. Negotiations is very popular, especially since you're going to be talking to recruiters pretty quickly as well. And then I take the lead on the R&D technology management, a bit of ethics in that course. We're engineers. You're going to be in a lab probably when you start out next year in your course. This is a course which actually Haas has asked me to teach at Haas. They don't have this course, and it's an unusually, it's a fusion of the business and the engineering, and what that means to be in a lab or to run a lab or to be up against technical and social challenges. In the fall semester, we'll do some work on teaming and project management as well. Alex will lead the communications, and then in the winter spring boot camp, I'm sorry, you do have to come back a bit early from your Christmas break. It's a long break, so it's good. But in the spring boot camp, and then these boot camps are essentially 2 weeks before classes start, and so you get most of the leadership stuff out of the way, and you can focus on your capstone and your technical during the semester. So in the spring, you have some choice. You can do some marketing. You can do a lot of technology strategies. A couple of choices for technology strategy. One is at the industry level. How do I understand what's going on in my industry? You can do a technology strategy. We ran a new course this last year. We talked about digital platforms, and we got into things such as what is Amazon's strategy and where are they going, and are you comfortable with this? A lot of the things which, a week after we finished the course, some of my fellow instructors sent me articles. Actually, I remember now, The Economist actually had a 3-pager up front, which pretty much hit all the themes of the course. And so that was my effort last year, and that was a lot of fun. I hope you and the students liked it as well. We have entrepreneurship courses. We don't teach entrepreneurship per se. We teach you how to be technical leaders, but it's turned out to be extremely effective in becoming good entrepreneurs. In our first 5 classes, we had 6 30 under 30 Forbes and Inc. awards. And that's not that many students. It's more than all of Cal. I suspect it's more than most universities put together. So we don't explicitly, this is not an entrepreneurship program, but for some reason we put out really, really good entrepreneurs. So you can also choose accounting and finance if you'd like. And again, over the spring semester, there's a little bit of check-in. We again work on teaming during the semester. So I think I'm going to get yanked off the stage here. I am getting yanked off the stage. So come to Cal. It's a great place. The MEng is a fantastic degree. I look forward to working with you.
All right.